And the caliper is free from here. There's 2 bolts in here that has to be removed, and I'm going to show you how to get those out now. These are 12s. All right. So since I don't have something to hold the caliper in place, I'm going to use my gun to remove it. Okay, that one's off. Okay, and that's off. You want to make sure you put some PB Blaster or WD-40 on these. There we go. And caliper is out. I'll see you guys in the prep process. Okay, so we're back in front of the car. And one of the things that I forgot to show you with the removal of the caliper is pushing the pistons back into the caliper. For the front, I'll grab the front right here. For the front, it's pretty easy. You're just gonna grab an existing brake pad, place it next to the piston, and if you have a C-clamp, let's say you don't have the brake kit tool, you just have a C-clamp, you're just gonna place the C-clamp on top of the brake pad and continue turning until you push that piston back in. And that's already in. So I'm gonna remove the C-clamp, remove the old brake pad, and you'll see there, let me put it in like this, that the piston is pushed in. All right. So for the rear, it's a little different. The rear, I'm gonna grab one here. It's the rear caliper. The rear has like a plus pattern in there. I don't know if you can see it. Yep, there you go. Let me get a little closer. Let's do it like that. Yep, has a plus pattern in there. For this one, you're gonna need a brake kit. The brake kit comes with this tool and the adapter that's gonna basically go in between that plus pattern and you're gonna basically insert the adapter inside the brake caliper. There we go. We're gonna tighten this guy up. Okay, and now you're gonna turn it until it's in there. And this one didn't need to be pushed so much because it already was inside the caliper, so that's good to go. Now we can loosen it up. Remove the adapter here, or the brake kit. And you can see now the piston is pushed in. What that does is gives you clearance, so when you put it back on the rotor or on the caliper bracket, with the brake pad, you have clearance enough to insert or install the brake pads back. Off camera, what I was doing was scuffing up the calipers here, so that way the primer and the paint adheres to the caliper. I got the new AC Delco caliper to replace the rear passenger one. It came with the caliper bracket and hardware. I scuffed this up a little bit so that way it adheres, the paint adheres to this. The one that came out pretty much good was the passenger front side. I scuffed it up, removed a lot of the rust that was on this one. And I'm still working on the front driver side. You can see it's a little orange. I don't think I'm gonna get a lot more off of this, but it's okay. I'm gonna show you what I've been doing off camera with this caliper. What you need is 100 grit paper is what you need, and 600 grit paper to smooth things out. The 100 grit is to remove the rust and try to get as much of sanding done, so that way metal is exposed, so that way you can get primer to adhere on here. So I'm going to take out the last paper that I have in here. Oh, sorry, I got two more actually. I've been doing halves. There we go. And we're just going to continue sanding on here. You definitely want to wear a respirator for this. You don't want to be breathing this in, and safety goggles, because again, you don't want this going all over your eyes. So I'm going to get that right now, and I'm going to time lapse this so you can see what I do. Okay, so I think that's the best that it's going to go. It's not going to take off a lot of the rust on here. I'm going to try to just clean it with brake cleaner, and then go on to the next process of basically cleaning the calipers with soap and water, drying it up, and then throwing some alcohol on it, putting some painter's tape, and starting the paint process. Let's get to that part where we're going to just throw some brake cleaner on it right now. So let me get this set up so we do that. And put everything together here. So all right, so now we're just going to use brake cleaner to clean out the rust. Okay, that's good. Just using brake cleaner to clean it. I'm also going to hit the new ones just to see if there's any oils on it. It removes it off. Usually new parts come with oil on it, so that way they don't rust. All right, so that's good. All right, so that's pretty much clean. We're gonna start with putting some soap and water on these calipers so I could clean them thoroughly, because I want this job to look good. I'm gonna do that off camera. You don't need to see me scrubbing metal with soap and water. And then from there, we're gonna start with the masking. That I'll bring the camera back and I'll show you my little janky setup for paint booth that I have, and we'll take it from there. Here we go. So this is the setup that I have. I basically use the table that I basically work on, and I have this metal bracket with the hooks to hang calipers. I have all the calipers hang and masked already, ready to go. And basically, we're just going to start the primer process. I already cleaned them, sprayed alcohol on them, and threw a little more brake cleaner on it, so that way we can take any oils off that could damage the work that we're going to be doing today with the primer, the paint, and the 2 clear coatings. So let me place you in a good angle so you can see the process of painting the calipers in this janky booth. I have the heater on and also the garage door cracked open so we could breathe. Make sure to wear your respirator mask because that's very important. All right, so this is the last coat. I did 4 coats of primer, and this is going to be the last one. All right, so we're going to leave it there for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to continue with the red paint. Here we go. So the fun part is here. We're going to now paint it with the VHT Caliper paint, high temperature red, and we're going to do also 4 coats of this. I'm going to try to see if 3 coats is enough, but if not, we're going to go 4 coats, and I'm going to basically come back on the 4th coat. I'm going to shake it up a bit. And test it out. Make sure to wear your respirator mask. All right, so this is coat number 4. Some people are going to say this is probably overdoing it, but I just want to be safe. I don't want these peeling. I put in a lot of work, and they're coming out awesome. So let's go with coat number 4. And we're back. It's looking super awesome. We're done with the VHT red, and now we're gonna move on to the VHT high temperature clear. And we're gonna do 3 to 4 coats on this, depending on how I see the project go. I'll gauge it if I'm gonna do either 3 or 4. So we're gonna start with the first coat. I already shook this for a couple minutes, but I'm gonna give it another shake and test it out. Okay, so it's good. Get it started now. I'm gonna do a light coat. Okay, I'm gonna do a light coat, wait 10 minutes, and then come back and do more coats. And I'll see you on the 4th, or well, on the 3rd or 4th coat. Awesome. So now we are in the last coat of the high temperature caliper paint. And then we're gonna move on to the 2K clear. That's gonna basically bring this project to life. So I'm just gonna give it one more coat of the high temperature clear. And then we'll wait 10 minutes for it to dry. And then we can hit it with the 2K clear. We're gonna go a little heavy on this last coat. But not let it run. I'm gonna touch it there. Okay, and we'll stop there. And I'll see you in 10 minutes for the 2K clear. So look how awesome this job is coming out like. Now it shines, and we're gonna now put the cream on top, which is this Spray Max 2K clear. This is what's gonna give it the awesome shine that we need on the calipers. I've been shaking this for about 2 minutes now. Now it sets to shake for 2 minutes, and we'll hit it now. Test it out. Has a very large spray pattern. We'll do a light coat now, and then we'll come back and do a 2 or 3 more coats. And then I'll hit you back up on the last coat. All right, guys, so this is the final product. This is with the 2K clear, and this is what separates the guys that do it on their car, no offense, with cheap spray paint to this work. Again, no offense to anybody, But if you take your time, prep properly, it comes out looking super dope. Look at that shine. Looks like a brand new caliper. And you saw that this thing was full of rust when we started. All right, so I'm gonna do now the brackets. I'm not gonna record that because it's basically the same process. I'm gonna speed through it and I'll see you guys in the outro. Finally, we completed this project. This was a very in-depth repair, or restoration actually. And it's like completed already. I'm looking at the finished product and it's looking super awesome. In my last statement, I said for those guys that do it on the car, some people do it on the car and they do an awesome job. What I mean is just throwing a red paint all over rust and just letting it roll. That just looks horrible. That's what I meant by that last statement. But these calipers and these caliper brackets are looking extremely fresh with the clear coat, the 2K coat by I forgot the company, but I think it's like Spray Wax or something like that, or Spray something. I'll put it on the bottom there. It makes it night and day. Like I said, that's what basically puts the cream on top of the cake. Yeah. So everything is basically done. Please continue to the next episode where we're gonna continue with the brake segment. We're gonna continue now with upgrades. It's gonna be performance-wise. Like I said, there's no point in putting performance brake upgrades on this car with those crusty calipers. It's just not gonna look good, and it's not gonna look good with the with a wheel if you have a nice fancy wheel later on to fit with this build. Just to give you a recap of what I did 3 coats of. Sorry, let me start from the beginning. We prepared the calipers. We not grinded it down, but used the wheel brush to take off a lot of the brake crud. Then after that, we went and removed the calipers. We adjusted the caliper pistons. We cleaned the calipers, make sure that they're clean. After that, we did some more sanding on it with a 100 grit. Then we softened it down with 600 grit. I didn't see the difference, to be honest. After that, we prepped the calipers and the caliper brackets, cleaned it up a little bit again with alcohol, put some brake cleaner on it for the final time, make sure everything is covered that doesn't need to be painted, and started the painting process. The painting process is basically three to 4 coats of primer, and then what you're gonna do, you're gonna wait 10 minutes in between each coat. 3 or 4 coats of the red paint. Wait again the same amount of time. 3 or 4 coat of the regular high temperature clear. These are all high temperature, the sprays, and then jump in with the 2K clear and do about 3 coats of that, waiting about 10 minutes the same way. After that, let it sit. You need to wait 24 hours for it to cure. It's just going to be more than 24 hours before I come back again to do more repairs on this. But stay tuned for performance upgrades. If you want to see what's in the next episode, you could just go into my IG page, which is Joe_A.S.A.P_garage, or to my TikTok, which is the same thing. You could get some reels there of what's going to be next. So reminder again, if you don't haven't clicked the notifications, I'm going to be launching episodes every Wednesdays and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Convert that to your time. So be ready for the next episode. Also, reminder, give me a like, comment, or subscribe. The more subscriptions I have or subscribers that I have, it motivates me to continue this project and put it on YouTube so that way I could please you and entertain you. So keep me posted with that, and any constructive or positive feedback works for me. And I think I'm going to end it right here with this. This was your boy Dro. Peace.